up, my fellow old house junkies? So I have another video walkthrough for you. One of my peers in the industry, Pat Feilder, so here's a sign. Yay, sorry it's backwards. He has a listing coming up, and this one is a little bit near and dear to my heart. So those of you who are friends of mine or follow me know that I live in a lovely brick Italianate house. So they're kind of near and dear to my heart. This house, 516 West Main, is a brick Italianate. So I wanted to share a little bit of information about it with you. So this guy is over 3,000 square feet. Now, here's the difference. It's actually not a single family home. It's a triplex. So this creates a whole different interesting set of things to talk about. But first, in order for you all to appreciate it as much as I do, I want to give you a little bit of a foundation, the history of the materials, the house, and how it is and came to be in the little town of Manchester that I love and live in. You ready? Let's do it. So let's talk about the context and how this house came to be. So post-Civil War, which is approximately when this house was built, there was a lot of contributing factors that created this 3,100 square foot house. So some of them were the demand for cattle, grain, and other materials skyrocketed. There was a lot of rebuilding happening all over the country. Another thing that happened is they discovered that there happened to be these clay deposits on the Raisin River. The first actual brickyard was actually established in Michigan in Detroit in 1864. Very, very shortly thereafter, they discovered, getting closer to where we are in Manchester, there are also other clay deposits. So they could locally make brick. Obviously, it is easier to ship in materials if you're able to get it right near where you live. At the time this house was built, they had 3 different brickyards in and around the Manchester area, which is pretty awesome. Fun fact, one of the things that I've noticed, that the closer to Manchester you get, the more orangey red the brick is, versus when you go towards Monroe downriver, the brick actually turns a little bit more red. Another thing that happened, in the mid-1860s, a fellow by the name of Matt Blosser actually bought the Manchester Mirror, which is the local newspaper, still runs today. He did a thing, basically it was called Build Up the Town. So the demand of all those grains, cattle, and other materials really created and helped to foster this new level of folks with money. So all of these merchants and other folks, there was a lot of people in town who had a lot of money. So they were taking combination with demand, these new bricks that we had in the area to build with, and this influx of money, and they started building up these amazing brick Italianate houses. So of course, obviously, the choicest areas like up and down Ann Arbor Street, where I live, on the river, actually were built up first. So other areas in town, like this beauty, were also built. Now, let's talk a little bit about the actual Italianate style and what it means. One of the things that was actually new at the time, the Italianate style, which in this part of the United States was approximately, its heyday was the 1850s to the 1880s, were the arched windows. So you can see here on the second floor, we have a full arch with that big crown of brick at the top of it. That's called hooded molding. It actually helps to protect the windows from wind and rain, those kinds of things. They have really deep eaves. You can see at the very top of the house, it projects pretty far. The fascia boards, this underneath part, tended to have like raised paneling, but you can see here that the soffit's been replaced. We also have these cornices, or the brackets, which are indicative of the Italianate style, and every house tends to be just a little bit different. It's one of the things that I love. The lower floor actually has broken arches, that's basically what they're called. The windows, which the house has original windows, which is fantastic. The reason why is because, like for example, here on the second floor, when you have the original windows with good glazing, as well as storm windows, you actually have an equal to and or better R value than you do with new windows. One of the things you can note here in terms of when the house was built, it's got this, the panes, the sashes, it's got 2 panes over 2 panes. The glass technology changed a little bit to where when you have larger panes of glass like this, it actually meant that you had more money. So again, there's another indicator of wealth. The porches, this guy had its porch rebuilt sometime in the last 20 years, which is great. It's got a ramp over here on this side, which is good for access. I like that they used the brick to complement the actual structure itself. Originally, this house actually had a smaller porch. You can see here this ghost mark, that's what it's called. And if you look really close here, you can see that the paint, when it was painted sometime in the past, actually matches the brackets that are at the top. So if anybody was feeling frisky and wanted to replace the porch, you could. So let's kind of talk about the actual property itself. So the roof on it, which is a simple hipped roof, is about 10 years old, and it's got a flat part on it. The top, which means it actually may have had a cupola sometime in the past. The units themselves, the 3 units, as you can see here, there's the electrical. They all have their own electric and gas. They also have their own HVAC system. The owner pays for the water and sewer and trash. This bottom unit here, which is 1 bedroom with an office, was actually recently renovated. And I kind of want to focus in on that particular unit because it really shows off a lot of the potential in this property. If someone wanted to buy the property and live in the lower level, you'd have a great cash flow because the other 2 units are fully rented. So let's take a look at the front door. This property has a lot of the ceramic knobs, which I'm a sucker for. So you can see here, the original front door. And this window. Let's go inside and take a look at it, and I can tell you what it means. All right, friends, let's go in. Okay, so one of the first things you're going to notice when you come in here, besides the fact that it is all new and bright and painted, are the 10-foot ceilings. I love it. The other thing is going to be the red. Look at that. All right, so I mentioned that we were going to talk about this. This red transom. So this particular beauty, you can see the new floors here, that is called cranberry flashing. In the late Victorian era, it was really popular to show your wealth in a number of different ways. And one of them was the outward facing components of your house. This fantastic red cranberry glass was really expensive to make, thus an indicator of wealth. The way that they made it, they would take clear glass and then they would sandwich over it red glass. And the way that they got this magnificent red cranberry color, this deep red, was by using gold chloride in the process of making it. Obviously, if you're going to be using gold in the process of making something, it's going to cost a lot of money. So that is magnificent. So when you first come in over to the right, you're going to come into the main bedroom and these wonderful windows, as you can see. When you have 10-foot ceilings, it makes massive windows look tiny. One of the things I love on the interior is that it still has the great millwork. So millwork and Italianates tended to be multi-layered, so this really high baseboard as well as this top cap here tend to be multiple pieces stacked on top of each other. You can see that around the window as well. The bottom panel that they have are on most of the windows in this entire unit. New carpet, stairs that go up to the outside. 5-panel doors, really nice and deep closet, although I am super curious because it looks like there was a doorway there. So if you ever wanted to convert this back to a single family again, I would love to see what happens there. So in the main hall, as you continue in, one of the things, there's a really nice closet here. 3-piece bath. Newer fixtures. And then the main living area. One of the things I wanted to show you is this really large opening here. And this is kind of a tease for me, being the old house junkie. So you can see here, it looks like there's a slat. So what is in the wall are actually pocket doors. One of the things I really appreciate about this renovation is that they left the pocket doors in. You can see at the top that there is a piece of wood that is keeping them from closing the pocket doors, only because they need a little bit of renovating. But they are there and ready for you. Look at this main living area. There's so much light. It's even hard for my phone to balance. It is so bright and fantastic. Here is the obviously non-working fireplace, But I love that they left this in here as a focal point. And then as you come around, you have the kitchen area, new cabinets, this fantastic island, newer appliances. This really is a fantastic entertaining area. You have a bar here so that you can put some stools on and have a great eating area. Be able to talk to your friends and your family that come and visit here. Again, newer cabinetry. So back here, there's another one of these magnificent 5-panel doors, is the smaller bedroom or office. You also have to remember that a house built in this era, in the 1860s-ish, having a small room like this was putting it to its highest and best use. So yes, this is a smaller room. We would consider it to be more like an office, but technically it's a bedroom. So if you had a kiddo, you could definitely put a twin bed in here, make a great home office. It's so bright and beautiful in here. Now this is kind of, the main block is kind of cube shaped, and on the back there's this great addition. So originally these tended to be like, because the house is so large, there would be like servants' quarters up there. You can see the window height is significantly shorter. The ceilings are also shorter in this part of the building. A lot of times they'd have like help would live up there, childcare, they'd have kitchens on the back of the houses. Here is the back. There's this great little deck in the backyard. Now inside the garage, they actually have some of the shutters, which are actually kind of rare, these louvered shutters that you see here. This is a closed window. And like I mentioned before, there's actually still parts of the hinge. But I wanted to show you this back unit. So this is the particular one, unit 2, where, God, I love this gatoring on the door. It's actually got 2 bedrooms. So there's a lovely Miss Sarah. She's doing the photos for us. Do love the brick wall, because I do. So this lower unit, as like I mentioned, has lower ceilings, but that's totally okay. Got some great trim work. So through this curved hallway, one of the bedrooms, pretty simple. And the bathroom, let's find us a light fixture. Light. So, shower. So, now here's a stairwell, again, great trim. Okay, who hates baby gates? I do. So here's one thing I really wanted to show you. So in here, it's pretty light. And here is why. Look at that magnificent arch. Another classic telltale with Italianates. A lot of these bay windows like this, they're usually floor to ceiling versus some of the later things that we tend to see. Used to be a window. Let's go upstairs. Some plumbing, not uncommon. So this space is actually really cool because it could be used as a family room. There's got some shelving. You could put the TV on there or a built-in desk. And then this is used as a young lady's bedroom. Built-in closets. Just a quick walkthrough. Oh, I like your curtain. Now, let's take a look at the other unit. Let's take a peek at the upper unit. So this guy also has 10-foot ceilings. I love the original doors. Look at the wide plank flooring. That is drool-worthy. Look, and it also has the panels here too. I love how open this is. So there's also another room in here with a closet. I love the open shelving. The wide plank floor. This is so nice.